You know, we make thousands of decisions every single day. But what if we're thinking about them all wrong? Seriously, what if a decision isn't just a choice, but a structure, something we can actually design, not just to pick an option, but to build a truly wise outcome? For the last, several decades now, a single foundational idea has been the engine driving so much of our world, our business, our politics, our culture. It's an idea that's so deeply ingrained, we barely even notice it's there.
And that idea? It's pretty simple. Greed is good. The belief that for me to win, you have to lose. It's a powerful story, for sure, one that has shaped our world in massive ways. But what if it's just that, a story?
I mean, what if that core belief, that whole zero-sum game, isn't just ethically shaky, but actually mathematically flawed? What if there's a better, more effective model for success that we can literally prove?
Okay, so to build that better model, we first have to really understand why the old one is so broken. Let's pop the hood on this win-lose machine and see why, time and again, it just leads to failure for almost everyone involved.
Let's give it a name. We'll call it the shark mindset. It's purely adversarial, right? It runs on this idea that power is what makes something right, and that every single interaction is just a battle to be won no matter who gets hurt along the way.
And the fallout from this is, well, it's devastating. This mindset doesn't just create a toxic place to work, it actively destroys value. It makes everyone suspicious, it walls off teams into these little silos, and it guarantees that even when a decision is made, it's super fragile because only one person, the so-called winner, really owns it.
And look, this damage isn't just some abstract concept. We can actually put a number on it. It's called COW, the cost of a wrong decision. Just think about all the wasted resources, the missed opportunities, the broken trust. That's the real price we're paying for thinking that's rooted in conflict instead of collaboration.
So, if the shark's way is so broken, what's the alternative? Well, it's a huge shift in perspective. It's about moving from the mind of a shark to the mind of a dolphin.
Just look at this contrast. It's night and day. The shark only sees competition. The dolphin? It sees co-opetition, this beautiful blend of cooperation and competition. The shark hoards power and secrets. The dolphin thrives on transparency and trust. It's a shift from a simple win-lose game to a win-win reality. Or, even better, a win-squared reality, where the outcome is exponentially better for everyone.
To really get a feel for co-opetition, I want you to picture a geodesic dome. You know, that incredible structure we see in nature and physics? Every single piece, every connection makes the entire system stronger. It's such a perfect symbol for how collaboration creates something way, way bigger than just the sum of its parts.
And for this whole thing to work, you need the right environment. And the symbol for that? Let's call it the Transparent Lagoon, a state of just absolute crystal clarity. It's a space where trust isn't something you're trying to build, it's the very water you're swimming in, because nothing is hidden. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the heart of the dolphin mindset. The goal isn't to beat some opponent. The real goal is to create a bigger, better system where everyone involved can actually thrive.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? Well, this isn't just philosophy. It's a practical, structured process. So let's get into the actual architecture for building wiser decisions.
The whole goal here is to totally transform how we make decisions. We want to take it out of the realm of messy, unstructured debate, where the loudest person usually wins, and elevate it into a structured, repeatable architecture for human reasoning.
And here's how it works, in 4 simple steps. First, you deconstruct the problem. Just break it down into its essential pieces. Then, you compare those pieces. But, and this is the key part, only 2 at a time. It turns out our brains are brilliant at these simple one-on-one comparisons. Next, you quantify each comparison using a really simple scale. And finally, you synthesize all those little judgments to reveal a single, mathematically sound priority.
This is how we quantify our gut feelings. Instead of just saying, oh, this is more important, we use this simple 1 to 9 scale to say how much more important it is. Is it just moderately more important? Or is it extremely more important? This one simple act turns all those subjective opinions into objective data we can actually work with.
And here is where the magic happens. This structured process completely neutralizes our biases. It literally doesn't matter who's the most charismatic or who has the loudest voice in the room. The math just cuts right through all that noise and brings the most logical, consistent, and truly wise path to the surface.
All right, let's zoom out again and look at the bigger picture.
Because when you start making decisions this way, the effect isn't small. It's not isolated. A single wise choice creates this powerful, widening ripple.
A fantastic symbol for this is the tuning fork. Think about it. One person, armed with a wise, well-structured decision, can strike a single, clear note. And that note, that vibration, it resonates through the entire organization, bringing everything and everyone into alignment, into perfect harmony.
And the impact is just massive. You start making mathematically superior win-win deals. And because everyone was part of the process, they feel deep ownership of the result, which makes implementation almost frictionless. You can finally start to balance really complex goals like profit and sustainability with objective clarity. It's a game changer.
You know, this really reframes what mathematics even is. It's not just cold, hard calculation. It's the art of seeing the underlying patterns in our world and nature itself, and then using that deep understanding to consciously and wisely shape a better future.
So we end up right back where we started. The principles of nature, physics, math, they all point to the same truth, that small, well-placed actions can have enormous consequences. The real question isn't just what you'll decide next, but what kind of future that single wise decision is going to build.